I'm sorry it's been such a long time since I last done a video, but as you can probably guess, I'm in a new place. Yay! Cool new background over here. As I told you before, I moved houses. Not only did I move houses, but I moved countries. I'm now in Ireland doing my master's degree. And today I'm doing a Irish book haul or Irish related book haul. And what makes this book haul Irish related, Anna? Well, some of the books are actually by Irish authors or about Ireland, but mostly what makes it an Irish book haul is that all books were bought here. First of all, I'd like to start with a bookish related item, just because it's now October and it's the month of books are my bags. It's actually happening right now, so you should go to your local independent bookseller, buy books from there, and see if they have Books Are My Bag tote bag. This is their classic tote, but they also have this year's special tote, both for kids and for adults, or two versions I should say, because I love the kids version. I'll put their website down below so you can check out more information. Sorry, it was warm and I had to take my jacket off, and I know this blend white shirt isn't very fashionable, but let's move on, shall we? Also, non-bookish related items, I went for a weekend in Paris. I could not help but stop by a Shakespearean company and bought this pretty little notebook, and it has a bunch of authors that are either related to the original Shakespearean company or to Paris itself, like Joyce, Hemingway, Ginsberg. Here we have Kerouac, T.S. Eliot, Fitzgerald. It's just simply beautiful, and it even has the Shakespearean Company stamp over here and lines. I don't know how to say that in English. Now moving on to books, which is the most important part of book hauls. First of all, I'd like to start with James Joyce's Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man. This is a beautiful hardcover edition by Penguin Drops. I'm sure you saw this collection before. They have rainbow colors, and they go from A to Z, and this is J, standing for Joyce. I pretty much needed to buy a copy of this book because I'm taking classes on James Joyce, and why not buy a copy that I wanted to own, buy a collection I'm pretty much in love with. So I chose this edition, but there are many others much cheaper out there. Whenever I have a chance to buy something I really want that exists in this collection, I'll probably buy the edition in this collection. And also on the James Joyce front, I brought Dubliners on the Penguin English Library edition, which is kind of cute, very inexpensive, which is a good side. And this is a very famous collection of short stories by Joyce. One of them, The Dead, is even a movie. I'm pretty sure you heard of both these books before, so I won't be talking too much about it. It's just very classic, very straightforward James Joyce type things, but it's also the most approachable of his works, so I thought it would be good to start there instead of simply jumping into Ulysses or Finnegan's Wake. Continuing on the Irish-centered literature, this is Town and Country, edited by Kevin Barry. This is a collection of contemporary Irish short stories, a bunch of Irish writers, different genres inside of this. I haven't read it, so I can't say much about the content, but I do know this is a part of a collection. It has so far 3 different editions, each edited by a different Irish writer. This is Kevin Barry's, and it's the second one. I know the third one is fairly recent. It was released last year, maybe this year. I know this one's very recent. It was released in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. So it's all very new, and I thought it would be good to get in touch with contemporary Irish writers, just because I'm here and it's always nice to know more about the country you're in and what type of literature they're writing and all. So haven't read this, but I'm very excited to get started. Now moving on to stuff that's not very Irish, but I bought it in Ireland, so it features in this Irish book haul. First of all, it's a very well-known book, and it's The Odyssey of Homer by, well, I guess Homer. It's translated by Richmond Latimore. And I bought this edition mainly because I heard this is a good translation, and also because this cover is amazing. And again, as I said, I'm taking a Joyce class next semester, so I wanted to be prepared to read Ulysses, and I thought starting by reading the original inspiration in the Odyssey is a good idea. I haven't really started. Now is a book I'm very excited about, and it's the Persephone book of short stories. This is Persephone special edition. It's number 100, and it's in celebration of their past publications. Contains a bunch of amazing short stories written by women from 1909 up to 1980 something. I did a review in Portuguese for this for Revista Pólen. I'll put the links down below. If you're not a Portuguese speaker, fear not, because it has English subtitles. Or I will very soon, because I need to make them. But you can always check the link out and save it for later, because we'll definitely have subtitles then. And I'll talk more about the very different various types of short stories here. Just as a whole, Persephone has been a company I admire for a long time. They are an independent, London-based publisher, and they usually publish books that are in this gray format. And they usually have gorgeous end papers, and they usually publish books written by women, about women, and it's a very good company. You should check them out. Also a book I found out because of BookTube. It is Jen B. Campbell's favorite book from last year. It is A Book of Strange New Things by Michel Faber. She interviewed Michel Faber recently. You should check that out. I'll put links to that interview in the description. And the Book of Strange New Things has just come out in paperback edition. This is the female version. There's also the male version with the other main character. And it's basically about a missionary who goes out in space to spread the word of God, while back on Earth the apocalypse is happening. Of course, Jen B. Campbell explains this much better than I do, and I trust Jane's recommendation in a heartbeat. She has amazing taste, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'll probably do a review if I have the time. I also bought very cheap 3 of these penguin black little classics for ATP Classics, the ones they released last year to commemorate their 80th anniversary. I'm only holding 2 copies right here because I don't know where the third one is. I think probably one of my flatmates is reading it on his commute to work, so that must be it. I bought John Keats' poems The Eve of St. Agnes. I bought The Yellow Wallpaper, a series of short stories by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. And I also bought Emily Bronte's The Night is Darkening Around Me, which is also a poem collection. They are all lovely and very short, and awesome way for you to find new content, new authors, little teaser into their writing. Here in Ireland they cost €1.50, so that's very worth your money. And pretty soon on my channel I'll be doing a review of The Yellow Wallpaper, so you can look forward for that. And here in Dublin I found 2 very amazing comic book shops. One's called Subcity and the other one's called Forbidden Planet, which I know most geeks know of because it's a very well-known international website. I went to Subcity one day and this had just came out, which I know you heard of. It's The Wicker The Divine, the 2nd volume. I did a review of the 1st volume, I'll put it down below. As this is a sequel, I won't say much. I'll just say this is a very beautifully drawn comic book. And it tells the stories of gods that come back to Earth and inhabit the bodies of normal human people every 90 years and the consequences of that. This is all for today's book haul. I hope to be seeing you fairly soon again. I really miss doing YouTube videos and BookTube videos, so look out for my review of The Yellow Wallpaper, and I'll just see you all soon. It's good to be back.